Social media has changed our world. We all know this. Facebook, Flickr, blogs, and wikis, all of these things emphasize the power of participation. And the web today is all about community and connecting people. Well, back at the enterprise, behind the firewall, there's still a lot, people understand the value of social media, and they use it as much as they can. Sometimes that's a bit of a challenge, especially when we're talking about stuff out on the cloud. Maybe anyone see anything like this ever? Exactly. In spite of this, there's a lot of activity going on with social media behind the enterprise firewalls. And you might ask, well, how does this happen? And probably more importantly, how do you do it successfully? How do you do it in a way that's really meaningful to the participants of those virtual communities and also productive and effective to the company? Well, I've been doing stuff with virtual communities for the past 10 years, most of that at this company, Fluor Corporation. It's a big corporation. It's not very sexy. It's not a household name. But we've had some really great successes with using virtual communities in our organization, our company, particularly with our knowledge management effort. We have about 47 of these communities with about 28,000 participants involved. And about 60% of those are active in one or more of those communities in a given 60-day period. Now, regardless of the size of your enterprise, there's going to be some common grounds, some common needs. People have a need to connect. We have a need for information. We have a need to be able to get our questions answered. We need help. We have a need for relevance. We want to make sure that what we do matters and can make a difference in our organization, our department, whatever project we're working on, or at the world at large. We want to have something meaningful to be able to share and make sure that that counts. And we also need a place where we can gather and share information, collect and collaborate with people that have similar needs and similar interests. These are people who we might not even know because they're in a different department, a different office, location, maybe on the other side of the world. Of course, the enterprise has needs too. We can't ignore that entirely. They have needs for competitiveness, they have needs for security, confidentiality, and of course they have needs for watching that bottom line. So the social media tools need to eventually contribute to that. And I'm going to share 3 key lessons that I've learned over this past 10 years. The very first one, probably most important, is that it's really not about the technology. It's not about the tools so much as it is about the people and connecting people. And people already get social media. I mean, they're doing it right now. You're at home, they're certainly doing it. And in spite of what people do at WebSense, they're doing it at work with things like their iPhone or their BlackBerry. Enterprises get it too, but I think sometimes they've been dropping a few magic mushrooms. And they think that, oh, if I just, install a wiki or a SharePoint, that's going to give us communities that have value. And that's really not the case. And this is where you may need to actually help hold their hand and clearly link the objectives of the community to business strategy to really help them bridge that gap of understanding. Now, a few other, the next point is you need to remove the barriers. And there's a few steps to that. The first is give people freedom to participate. Don't lock it down by group or by office or location or division or rank in the organization. Let people have freedom to participate. And don't make it mandatory, but give them the ability to choose whether they make it voluntary to participate. That goes for both the creation of these communities and the use of the tools and the participation within them. If you have some compelling successes, people will come to it. They'll flock to it. And break down the silos. The best innovations occur when your communities run across the typical org chart lines. So you want to try to look for that. And the third key point is that you're going to need to get sponsorship for ongoing success. I say business sponsorship is going to be much better than IT sponsorship for those reasons I mentioned before. But if you can't get sponsorship, there's still hope. Be subversive. There is a world of open source solutions out there for wikis, blogs, forums, content management systems. Take advantage of them, use them, leverage them, do some skunkworks projects. Take a childlike view of this technology and see what you can do with it. Experiment, discover, and play. Have fun and share what you learn. Thank you very much.